Welcome back. Well, Warsh spoke yesterday, and everyone focused on the rate hold. Almost no one focused on what actually mattered. Here's what just happened. If you've been watching the charts, you know this shift matters. Rates held at 3.5 to 3.75%. That part was expected. The Fed statement cut from 341 words to 130. Forward guidance stripped out entirely. Anyone who had been paying attention saw this coming. That's the point. The cut bias is gone. The dot plot shifted hawkish, with a meaningful block of officials projecting at least one hike this year and many pushing cuts out into 2027 to 2028. And Warsh himself? He didn't submit a dot plot at all. When a Fed chair refuses to show his hand, that's not modesty, that's strategy. Now here's the part almost nobody is talking about. Warsh launched 5 task forces, including one to review the Fed's $6.7 trillion balance sheet. His exact mandate: review the benefits and risks of the current ample reserves regime and the composition of the balance sheet. That is not a press release, that is the institutional architecture for Step 6, being built in public in real time. I've said it across 9 videos. Watch the balance sheet, not the rate. Yesterday, Warsh said the same thing, just in different words. And it didn't stop there. The task forces cover communications, balance sheet, data, productivity and jobs, inflation frameworks. Most conclude by year end. Warsh also said, inflation is a choice. That's not expectation management. That's a mandate. The 2-year yield jumped immediately. The bond market heard exactly what I heard. And then the Fed's own projections dropped. And here's what their own economists are now forecasting. PCE inflation revised from 2.7% to 3.6% for 2026, a 90 basis point upward revision in a single quarter. That is the largest single quarter inflation forecast revision since the post-COVID period. GDP revised down to 2.2%. Slower growth, higher inflation. The Fed's own models just confirmed the stagflation scenario in their own numbers. 1 rate hike by year end. The median dot sitting at 3.8% versus current 3.5 to 3.75. The committee's collective judgment is that a hike is more likely than not before December. This isn't a YouTube video saying stagflation. This isn't an analyst note. This is the Federal Reserve's own economic projections. PCE at 3.6%, GDP at 2.2%. Simultaneously, the thesis isn't early anymore. The Fed just confirmed it in their own numbers. If you've been following this sequence, here's where we stand. Step 6, new Fed chair caps yields. Yield curve control begins. Yesterday didn't deliver Step 6, but it started it. There's a difference. It's currently in progress, expected Q3 to Q4 2026. The task force reports due by year end are now the most consequential documents in global finance for the remainder of 2026. 9 videos, every data point landing on schedule. The blueprint is executing. Watch the balance sheet task force. That's your next major inflection point. Not the rate, not the dot plot, the task force. If you're new here, go back to video 1. This sequence started over a year ago, and it's playing out exactly as written. Follow Inside Track. We called this before the headlines. We'll be here when the task force reports drop.